Hey guys, today's going to be an SP related video for your specific person, and today's specifically about the celebrity version, the celebrity person that you are manifesting, presumably and typically for a relationship romantically. And yeah, it's going to tie in, sorry, I had some of my hairs on my face. It's going to tie in very closely to obviously the traditional and general advice and all the kind of points that you need to remember for an SP in general, and regardless of who they are. And I'm going to talk more about that in my actual advice for this video. So yeah, they go hand in hand. You can watch my, manifest your SP videos even if they're a celebrity, and you should be doing that anyway. It doesn't matter that they are a celebrity, and I'm going to get into all of this in just a minute. So do keep watching to hear my advice, my general guidelines, and things that you want to remember if manifesting an SP. And of course, specifically if they are of the celebrity variety. You can work with me one-on-one to go even further, more in depth, and get really specific on your personal manifestation. So yeah, everything will be popped on screen for how you can work with me, how to coach with me, and get some extra one-on-one support. Also some more of like a group coaching experience. Everything is popped on screen, linked below in the description box as well. And now let's get into the video. As I just said, it shouldn't matter that they're a celebrity. You're manifesting an SP, period, and they are just a person. They're just a human. They're a human like you and me, and they are flawed. We're kind of flawless, but no, you know what I mean. They're a normal human being. They might have the money and ability to look and appear a lot better than us and be doing some really amazing, unique things in life, but that does not make them any better or any harder to get. The only reason they come across as hard to get, and our mind would logically, intellectually say, that's unrealistic, that's rare, and it might be, but you should for yourself create this belief that, for me, I can have anyone. Anyone would want me. Any person I want is so lucky to be wanted by me. That type of mindset, you need to teach yourself that and get into that more thoughts like that, even if it's just in the sense of you hyping yourself up. Because yes, I know, obviously, if there's thousands or millions of people who want them, let's think back to, for example, Justin Bieber. He's always had millions of fans, and he's had all those little fangirls throughout his career. Yeah, it might seem like, well, all these other people want him. What if several of those girls are also manifesting Justin? Yes, of course it's possible, but you bypass those kind of thoughts. You go straight to, like I said, I want him, so he's lucky to be wanted by me, and of course he would want me. We're not talking about actual Justin, by the way, but yeah, that celebrity wants me, that celebrity is desperate to be with me, they're so lucky that I would even consider them. All these kind of thoughts, and not even think about third party, which I will also touch on a little later in this video. But yeah, essentially it comes down to you thinking you are the priority, you are the prize, you are the focus. You don't focus on anyone else around you. You remember that they're human. Meeting them in person, they're just like you. They use the bathroom, they have to sleep every day, they have bad days, they get hangovers. They are pretty much the same thing. Yes, they might have more money and ability, like I said, to seem and appear different, but deep down, it's the same thing, same emotions, same as manifesting any other type of SP. And that's kind of what I've always thought to myself as well. Like, I totally get the appeal, and I'm sure I would get starstruck by quite a few people, but I've never thought like, oh my gosh, I would just date a celebrity for the sake of dating them. Like, if they're not a good person, they don't treat me well, or they don't prioritize me, and be like, oh, I would be in a relationship with you. At least now in my mindset, maybe not when I was like 18, 19, but now in my mindset, I would know better. I would have the self-concept to know I'm not accepting any less treatment than what I deserve, what I want, the end result. Like, I want to be the priority. I want a relationship. That's the type of mindset I have developed over the years, and the type of self-concept now. If I thought, oh, imagine if I was at a point in my life and I met a celebrity, or a celebrity wanted to pursue me or something, I've always just for at least a few years thought, well, they're just people. Like, I don't care who they are. If they don't treat me a certain way, or don't give me whatever I would expect from a man in general, I wouldn't even consider them. So yeah, for me, that's the kind of mindset I've always had about celebrities. And like I said, I would still get starstruck, but yeah, we're getting a bit off topic. The point is, build up this mindset and humanize them. There is ultimately no special technique or method for your SP. It really is exactly the same thing. It's not like, oh, you have to loop it twice as many times, or, you know, you have to only use these affirmations. It's the same thing. Affirm, persist, mental diet, you know, clean mental diet, clean mindset, focused mindset. That's the principles, what it comes down to. Law of assumption works the same for anything. So yeah, you don't just suddenly change everything. It's not some massive different thing. You're keeping them on the pedestal if you think it's this massive hurdle and they're sat on Mount Olympia and you're looking up at them and there's this gold light shining from them. It's not like that. You know, obviously you're much less likely to just bump into them on the street, or, you know, it's, you know, if for example it was someone you knew in person who you were manifesting, I understand circumstances might be, they are still as open-ended, but it might be like, well, you know, I don't expect to bump into them in Tesco every day, do I? So I get that. Yes, that's okay to have that mindset, but be open to whatever possibility, you know, other than perhaps them having security detail or you know, being crowded by fans, things like that. There's still hundreds and hundreds of opportunities that could and will arise for you to meet your celebrity SP. But I understand those kind of thoughts might get in the way, but remind yourself, yes, those occasions may come up, but that wouldn't stop my manifestation. And of course, with a mental diet, the only difference I would say in the extra step and extra things to keep in mind, like I said, because they are potentially, they might not be ultra famous, but they may be in the celebrity entertainment industry, whether it's just being a musician or being an actor. You know, it doesn't have to be like an A-list, you know, global celebrity, but celebrity SP, someone who's famous, someone, you know, clearly in some form of entertainment industry. The mental diet will also go that little extra step of being considerate of what you see online. So not just being aware in general of your SP on social media and not getting triggered. You want to also be aware of what's coming up in the media. If you know they have a big event of some sort coming up, then do not Google their name, don't look them up. If it's natural and it comes up, that's fine, but don't panic or think like, I have to keep track of them. That's not at all the case. That's not going to benefit you in any way. And especially if you're going to that extra step of seeking reassurance, you're actually not in the right mindset and you're quite more likely to see something you don't quite like or not get the reassurance you want, simply because you're going in with the mindset of, I don't have validation, I don't have reassurance, I don't have security of them already knowing me and wanting me, so I'm gonna have to Google their lives. You don't want to get stuck in that. So yeah, be aware of their social media, the media coverage, things like this. If you're aware of something coming up, such as a film or an album, a tour, anything like that, try and keep your distance with content online or in the media. It's better just not to get triggered if you're not 100% in the right mindset yet. And yeah, and be aware of what you read. Take everything with a pinch of salt. Again, of course, this ties into a potential third party, someone else who may already be involved, or what you could deem to be a potential block for you and your celebrity SP. Don't analyze them, don't get involved with them, just leave it be, create a story, say that's their friend, that's their family member, they're just walking together, or they're just in a picture together because of XYZ, you know, just make up whatever story suits you, something positive, something neutral, and yeah, don't analyze it, don't get sucked into that whole spiraling situation. Trust in the circumstances shifting. They will shift in your favor, but you need to be consistent with this new mindset. You need to be as consistent as you can with looping affirmations, thinking as if it's already true, whether or not you believe it, whether or not you feel a certain way, just thinking thoughts in your mind throughout the day to override anything negative. That's the kind of thing you need to start practicing every day. And that's how the circumstances will just naturally and perfectly shift as and when they're meant to. Assume that everything that comes up about them is in your favor. So any kind of reference that you see to them, for example, a song they've released, an interview they've given, something they wore in a picture, if their social media, I'm not saying you have to unfollow them, but if their social media does come up, just assign a positive meaning to everything you see. Assume that it means something positive for you, it's a reference to you, it was made for you, it's a bird before land. You know, tell yourself something positive and get in this habit of not spiraling and not self-sabotaging or you know, thinking the worst and trying to protect yourself by saying, oh, well, yeah, that's their girlfriend, they're probably married to this person, you know, whatever. Stop thinking thoughts like that. Start saying, no, they posted that because they're so ready to be in a relationship with someone like me. This love song that they just released was written for me. They just don't know it yet. So all these kind of things, start telling yourself something positive. As I've already touched upon in this video, and my mindset kind of has already focused on, especially being on TikTok, you see a lot of cancellations. You really do humanize people and see that they have flaws just like everyone else. You want to also humanize them, take them off the pedestal. Don't see them as this amazing, flawless person and you're just not good enough. And wow, if only this A-list celebrity gave me the time of day. You cannot think that. It's another person, another human. They have as much intrinsic value as you do in life. They have as much internal basic value as you. They have as many flaws and great, amazing traits as you do. So keep reminding yourself of that. Humanize them and see them as, imagine that was my next door neighbor or my school friend, someone I grew up around, and that's just who I know them, you know? Good old Ben, good old Jack, good old Sabrina, you know, whatever the case. Yes, that was for Sabrina Carpenter, but, you know, just think of them as that person. Another little tip that I've just thought of as well, if they have a stage name or a different name, try and refer to them as just by their first name, as if, you know, they are almost a friend or acquaintance in your life, or a colleague. You know, start telling yourself, like I said, Ben, Jack, you know, use their first name. Just take them completely off that pedestal. So obviously the next step could be to work on your self-concept if needed. If you struggle, you know, I've kind of touched on this earlier in the video, signs that you may need to focus more on yourself and your value. You could also add in self-concept, which, like I said in so many videos, it's not the key to manifesting your SP, because if you don't believe that person, you know, gives you all the things that you want from them, or that you haven't revised or refocused your mindset from past negative issues you've had with them, if you do happen to know them, or you know that they're a playboy, or they, you know, they're dating around and all these things, if you have those kind of assumptions about them, telling yourself that you're always chosen no matter what isn't going to just immediately start shifting your beliefs about them. You will say, oh yeah, I'm amazing and I'm wife or husband material, but you're not going to just suddenly shift what you think about them. The same applies here. So self-concept is a great addition. If you need to take that celebrity off the pedestal and remind yourself that you are also an amazing dating material, then, you know, work on your self-concept. But yeah, it's not the be-all end-all. It's just a nice extra addition if you feel that you need it. My final point is that it does not matter what your starting point is. So it doesn't matter if you're starting from a really, you know, crazy circumstances, they live halfway across the world, whatever it may be. I don't care. It doesn't matter. You shouldn't care. None of that matters. What matters is what you focus on in your mind. And of course, you do not need contact with them to be able to manifest them. You can be, like I said, starting from any circumstance. So again, don't panic or worry. The contact will come in naturally. You will have your meet cute, yeah, it's not cute meet, it's meet cute, or whatever needs to come about for you guys to initiate connection, a relationship. It will come about. So don't analyze those circumstances. And finally, just to reaffirm everything, persist and loop your affirmations consistently, as much as you are naturally able to throughout the day. Find the time to do so, and yeah, just be consistent and persist. That's really what it comes down to with any SP. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it useful. It was one of my longer ones. I was rambling a bit, but it is what it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and yeah, I will see you next time. Bye.